Hi, it's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Okay, so today we are making a shearing top. Very simple, and it's going to have elastic, 3 strings, round there, round there, round there. And I haven't decided whether it's going to have some at the bottom or not. It's basically, I'm going to try it on if I like the look of it as it is. If not, then I'm going to put some extra on the bottom. Okay, so that's quite simple. So what we need to do is we need to add an extra third of the cloth in the halfway line. So what I've got here, and I've already made quite a start on it, is I've got a t-shirt that I know that fits. Now, t-shirt's stretchy, so I do have to sort of take that into account. And I've cut it so that I've got an extra third, well, an extra sixth, because it's folded over. So what I need to do now is I need to make the hems along the arms and the neckline. Now I have my machine set up with just a normal stitch. I've already sewn the sides down and I've already hemmed the bottom. So what I'm going to do, very simple, and this is the neckline, the front neckline, and it's like extra wide, it's got an extra third. I'm going to fold it over once, twice, and then literally I'm going to sew round the top here. So very, very simple. Can't get much more simple than this. I'm doing is I'm sewing about 4 inches. I'm holding it in place with my finger, and then I am sewing a bit more. So I'm coming around a curve now, so I do have to be careful that I don't sort of end up sewing literally down the front here. So I do have to keep an eye on it, but when you're dealing with the polycottons and cottons, it is so nice. You can just trust it. Just sew where you put it. So very, very simple. And I'll be doing the same with my arms and, well, the bottom I've already done. So okay, so that's that. Alright, so to do the elastic. Now, I was amazed the first time I did this, how easy it was. It is time consuming, you know, it really is. I've got a hand wound bobbin, although you can use the machine to wind it. Put it in, exactly the same as normal. Got sort of a healthy tag. Now I'm not adjusting the stitches or anything, there's no trickery here. I'm going to use this seam line that I've just done as a guide, and I'm literally going to place the foot so it sews along those stitches. It might be a bit confusing because of the pattern of the cloth. And away I go. And that's it. It really is that simple. Now, starting and stopping, I suppose, are the difficult parts on this elastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 ring, and then I'm going to literally continue round. So because I didn't finish that, I've just got to sort of mentally work it out. And when I come round to do that part again, I'm going to line up this elastic and I'm going to sew with that next to my foot, that line of elastic. And yeah, keep going around 3 times. I'm going to have to pull it tight, and it really is up to you whether you have the elastic on the inside or the outside. I've got it on the outside, and I'm using a dark elastic so it doesn't really show through, but normally I'd suggest that you turn it inside out before you start. So as you can see, it's literally no problem at all. And then when I come round to the front again, I will extend it round. Okay. Let me just start on the second one and then we'll be away. So I'm lining up the previous line of stitches against my foot and I'm holding it taut. I'm stretching out the elastic, I'm not pulling the cloth though, so I'm still allowing the teeth to do it. Now it really depends. If you wanted a lot of fabric to be taken up, then yes, I would say sew it whilst it's still crinkled, and that way you'll take up a lot of cloth. And polycotton, not too much of a problem, it's easy to do. I have done this technique on a stretch t-shirt before, and then you really have to make sure that you're keeping the stretch. So just a nice even speed, and who knew, you know. Yeah, the first time I did it I was amazed. Okay, I've got quite a lot of sewing to do, so I'll be back with you and we'll see how we get on. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. So I've got loads done. All I need to do now is I need to sew up this last arm. Before I put the elastic back in, what I would like to say is don't overwind the bobbin, because then the bobbin just won't unwind, and what will happen is it will just pop your yeah, go for a bit and then it won't work. So, and the bit I was just cutting off there was where I held it to start winding. So that's in now, and you can see that it's kind of moving, and the friction of the bobbin is enough to give tension to the elastic. Okay, so I've just set it up again. I've got everything hemmed and I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to do 3 strips again on the arm. I just think 3 is a nice amount. It's yeah, it's not too tedious, because that's the thing that you'll find if you give this a go, is that it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. So before I started as well, I had a little try on. So I've decided to go with the 3 strips at the bottom. So, and it's just a really pleasant little blouse, very easy to do. Okay, the fabric is lovely, lovely to work with, and just generally lovely. Okay, so I'm back at the beginning now. I just want to check that everything's working properly, because it's sort of pinged. Yeah. I know, you'd think that I'd go to all this trouble and I'd buy nice quality cotton to actually sew with, but it's just the right colour. And every time I've sewed with this, I've gone, okay, at the end of this make, I'm going to throw it in the bin. And at the beginning of this make, I went through my drawer just to see what cottons I had available. And then I went through the bin and I took this reel out of the bin. So I know there is no hope for me at all. But I now have a shopping list. And on the top of my shopping list it says grey thread, so hopefully that'll be the end of it. It's just because I don't really like using black, because it really shows. Oh, I know, it's not good, is it? Oh, this doesn't help. If it gets too bad, what I have to do is I have to take the needle out and then thread it like I would do a normal sewing needle. Okay, but other than the fact that I'm going to go round with the shearing for the last armhole, I think we can safely say it's done. Yeah, so do give it a go. All it is the outline of a t-shirt with an extra 1/6 amount on the fold. So I know I've got a t-shirt on underneath, so do bear with me, and sorry for the vertigo, but there we are, a lovely easy gypsy top. And yeah, I suppose it's only taken me half an hour to make, so do give it a go. My name's Fiona from Weekly Sewing Bee. Should we go down a bit more? And down again. No, we're not going down. Anyway, there we are. Thank you ever so much for watching.